Hi, we're Team 25 and the name of our language is crawl. Crawl is a strongly typed high-level language and it is saved with the extension .crawl. It supports primitive data types Boolean and integer along with the basic arithmetic operations of subtraction, addition, division, multiplication, and assignment operation. The basic relational operators supported are less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to, and equal to. It also supports if-else condition, iterative while loop, parameterized functions, and recursion. It has a basic simple data structure of stack with the methods of pop, push, peek, and is empty. It is influenced by TinyAda and C, and it was created using Antler tool. The high-level language was given as an input to the Antler tool, and that creates the parse tree. The visitor class was used to write the intermediate code. The runtime environment was written in Java. This is the basic structure of the crawl program. As you can see, the whole program body is enclosed between begin and end keywords. The global variables are integer a and integer b. The program then starts executing from the main function and it makes a display call, it makes a function call, and the function call return backs to the main function. This also demonstrates the local and the global scoping that is in play here. This is just an example of a parse tree that is created. This is a bigger picture. It also includes the while loop. It does not correspond to the sample program given in the previous slide. However, this intermediate code is of that sample program. This intermediate code is a resultant of inputting the high-level language into Antler tool and running it through the visitor class.
So let me walk you through the crawl programming language. So in our crawl programming language, currently we have a if-else statement and arithmetic operations. So I'll just give this as as an input to my compiler, and this will create an intermediate file for me that will be .crw class, and I have a separate runtime for that. So I'll just take that crw class and run it in my runtime, and as expected the output should be as 1 for the current arithmetic operation. And since it was present if else, it was in the if else condition, and if condition was true, so it displayed inside if condition true. Next I'll be explaining the stack operations. So we have all the stack operations, stack push, pop, peek, and is empty. So just let me run this. So I'll just give this as an input to my compiler, and it generates an intermediate class file for stack push pop. And when I run this, it will just display all the stack operations, like when it is push, so this displayed 2 as it was on the top of the stack. Then I popped 2 again, 2 from the stack. So and then I had a peek operation, so it displayed 1. And since stack is not empty, so stack dot is empty will return false for me. Next I have a while statement. So in this while statement, it will display crawl while 3 times. So I'll just display it as a, so I'll just run this to generate my intermediate file. When I run this, it will give an error. So now we have a recursive function. We in our language we are also handling recursion. So that I'll be explaining using the factorial statements. So I'll just copy it and give it as an input to my compiler. So I have the uh, intermediate code for recursion, and when I run this intermediate code, I'll get the factorial value as 120. So now we also are handling iterative functioning. So we have a while loop for that. So we have a same factorial function in while loop also. I'll just give that as an input. So I have a CRW crawl class. When I run this, the output should again come as 120. And so we have the output as 120. Thank you.